Hello, everyone. I'm Israel, and today we'll be talking about the Apple TV show Severance. Severance follows Mark S. and other coworkers at a fictional company called Lumen. Severance is named after an in world medical procedure in the show where they separate the consciousness of an employee between their lives at work and outside of it.
You're at work, you can't access outside memories. So, in effect, that version of you is trapped there.
Well,
I mean, not.
Essentially creating two different people. The consciousness of the person on the inside is dubbed in innie, and those on the outside in alley. So if I say innie Mark, it refers to the Mark at work. This show takes heavy inspiration from retrofuturism and style. Now on to discussion today's topic. Is severance an example of labor trafficking? Before we get into that, what is human trafficking? Human trafficking, according to the DOJ, is a crime that involves compelling or coercing a person to provide labor or services. This can include commercial sex acts. To add to the definition, compelling can include force or fraud. Overall, the work being done is involuntary. To elaborate more on coercion, it involves the threat of serious harm that doesn't have to be solely physical. Furthermore, it can also include a plan or a pattern to cause fear of serious harm. It will often involve a combination of other factors. There are three categories internationally, but two main categories in the US, which are commercial sex and labor. Now, the word trafficking evokes images in the movie like Taken. However, a person does not have to be moved across borders to be trafficked. Again, the main focus is, does the person doing the work doing it voluntarily? Will there be consequences if they don't do it? If so, then it's trafficking. You can also be getting paid while getting trafficked. With that being said, let's get into it. Is severance an example of labor trafficking? I'll be going from character to character individually at first. To get to this answer, I'm going to use the criteria I mentioned earlier. To break it down, we're going to look at who the bad actors are, how they're getting people to do the work, and for what purpose. So, for the first question, we're going to have Lumen as the bad actor for all characters. For the third, what purpose that is unclear, but it helps the company. First up is Heliar. This character determine if she has been trafficked. She clearly does not want to be here.
Ellie? Ellie!
From her perspective, we can also see the atmosphere that Luma is creating. Hallways are long, winding, and confusing. The desks are set up in a way where they are all surveilling each other. The amount of emptiness in the office feels isolating. When she first seeks out quitting, Mark dissuades her.
Am I trapped here?
In what way?
Like, if it turns out I hate this and I want to quit, is that an option?
If you're really unhappy, you can submit a resignation request with your outside self for review.
And good luck getting that approved.
They do tend to be rejected. Plus, yeah,
What?
well, since this perceptual version of you only exists at Lumen, and quitting would effectively end your life. I mean, in so much as you've come to know it.
It really only starts working because it is the only option left that doesn't lead to the break room.
Forgive me for the harm I have caused this world. None may atone for my actions but me, and only in me shall their stain live on.
Though, it gets to the point of her trying to commit suicide. A lot of these fall under explicit threats and coercion. Now, let's go to our lead character, Mark S. Mark, in the earlier parts of the show, seems very compliant. He does the work, no complaints to this, might be his view at the end of working meaning death. Though one of the characters, Petey, suggests that Mark has tried multiple times for Mark to resign. It is also clear that he has been to the break room before. Now, Dylan's case where it is safe to say that he is, or his innie is there willingly. Innie Dylan is a diligent worker. He has won many awards at Lumen for his diligence. Most of the season, he is working on getting a waffle party. This can be from his belief that the outside world must be truly terrible. It really isn't until the near end of the season that his attitude starts to switch, mostly due to wanting to know more about his Allie's kid. Even then, it's unsure if Lumen gave him more information about his son. Would it placate him, or does he now yearn to be a father? Now, the atmosphere that Lumen creates at its workplace is clearly abusive in terms of treatment. There is the break room where one must degrade themselves until they truly believe it. Higher ups are only referred to by last names, lower employees only referred to by their first. The architecture is meant to be isolating. They express surprise when someone from other departments finds macro data.
What are you doing?
Exactly
How the wet fuck do you know where this
Dylan.
office is?
All outside literature is banned, and even the handbook that carries a religious element. Newman makes sure people don't work together by creating false stories where one department slaughtered the other, which certainly isn't a business norm. Not even Amazon goes to those lengths. PD also points out that there are some who never get to leave. One of the big reveals at the end of the show is that Mark's wife, presumed dead, was the therapist there. Now, to the nuances of their situation, while we see the team working together and breaking out at the end of the season, all their allies work there willingly. While Ally Mark is getting more suspicious of Lumen, he still chooses to clock in every day. We even see a person retire, so it's possible for all the allies of the team to decide not to work there anymore. Resignations are also something that the innies could submit. Something that most of the team has tried. In Helia's case, she even gets a video reply, though is unsure if this is special due to her being an Egan. Ali Dillon is even aware that they could switch him outside of work and only seemed annoyed that they were taking up his night.
We good here?
Whose experience should be valued more in this situation? The one who signed the contract or the one doing the work? Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. Thanks for watching.